This year marks the 4th annual National Welcoming Week, an initiative of the Welcoming America movement, when Welcoming America partners across the country host events that bring together immigrants and U.S.-born community members in a spirit of unity. And for the 4th consecutive year, County Executive Malone has reaffirmed his commitment to making Suffolk County a welcoming place for all immigrants. A welcoming movement is showing how and why communities are embracing immigrants. I recently heard the German ambassador to the U.S., Peter Wittig, speak on a news show. He spoke about the importance of welcoming the Syrian refugees. He said Germany is now already a nation of immigrants, much like the United States is. And he said welcoming these immigrants will bring opportunity to Germany. He said Germany has an aging population, much like Long Island, and that new immigrants will fill the gap of their aging population and bring fresh and new ideas and new life to Germany. And then he said, we can do this. His approach to welcoming immigrants is exactly what the Welcoming America movement is all about. He also said that Germany can learn a lot about immigration from the U.S., but I think now we can also learn a lot about welcoming immigrants from Germany. For we too have refugees and newcomers at our doorstep at our southern border. And their journey is not unlike that of the Syrian refugees. Families from Central America are fleeing horrific violence in their home countries, and also for making Suffolk the first suburban county in the nation with a comprehensive language access policy, and for your welcoming work. Thank you.
Well, it's very important to us. You know, we have a diverse community. It's growing more diverse every day, and we want to make sure that the message that we convey is that we're a place that celebrates our diversity. We understand that it's a strength, and that we appreciate the contributions that all people are making to our county. I think if you understand the history of our country and look at the contributions that immigrants have made and continue to make in our county, you understand how important it is to welcome people who are really fundamentally contributing to making this a better county. I really appreciate the recognition from Long Island Winds, and honestly, we should be celebrating and thanking them and organizations like that are really standing up for the principles of this country, that immigration is something that's always been a part of who we are, and that it's one of the things that makes us special as a nation.
Our next honorees, they are two honorees, Seferino Kotzajoy and Richard Olson Harbich of the Bedell Cellars in Cutchogue on the North Fork. They were unable to be here today because this is such a critical time for the vineyards. It's the harvesting of the grapes, and so they're very busy making good wine. So I'll just say a few words about them. They're in the middle of their grape harvest, and it would be difficult for them to get away at this time. Seferino said that the harvest is an important time of year for wineries, and it's what we work towards all year. So it's hard to get away from what is the most important part of their job, and that is making great wine. And I've tasted their wine, and by tasted, I mean the whole bottle. And it was a beautiful, beautiful rosé, so I highly recommend them. So just a quick note about Seferino and Rich. Seferino is the first Guatemalan-born assistant winemaker at Bedell Cellars in Cutchogue. At 30 years old, he's one of the youngest assistant winemakers on the North Fork, and has launched the first ever Long Island Latino Vintners Association, WILGA. It is meant to organize Latinos working in the industry and also provide them with a helping hand. WILGA is a nonprofit founded this year to promote and support the Latino community in the Long Island wine region, to advocate quality standards for its members, to promote and support the contributions of Latinos in the wine industry, and to support education and professional development. Now, Rich Olson Harbich, who is the head winemaker, at Adele. His role was to assist Seferino in establishing LILVA. Rich is part of the core committee, which works to establish the structure of the organization, promote it through various channels, and act as a liaison between LILVA, the Long Island Wine Council, and other wine ownership.
Good morning. I'm Serena Lurie, co-executive director for Her Story Writers Workshop. And our reading today will be from a woman, Alicia. She couldn't be here today. She's on vacation visiting family. But she began to write with us because she was really in need of trying to find a voice for her experience. And her and her husband were one of the first Latino-led soccer coaches in her neighborhood, and so they were really able to engage young people in her neighborhood around sports, and she faced huge bias, and she came to our writing workshop in Patchogue hoping to have a space where she could be heard and her story could be told. And Laura Lemos will be reading it today. Laura actually is a former Her Story writer as well, but on staff with Long Island Winds, and her story is certainly our story. We're certainly proud to be a part of Welcoming Week in a time when vulnerable voices are often not heard and not accepted. We are proud to be part of County Executive Ballone's initiative to create a welcoming space in Suffolk County.
Had to explain to my little boy. Perhaps I never learned how to pray. God was always so strange. I even started to believe that He's not aware of what happens on earth. Right now, I just want the hours to go by faster so I can pick my child up from school. And how I long to break out of these four walls. I want to breathe and run. Oh, how I miss my country, my people. I miss everything.
I'm really proud of the work that we do, and I'm really honored of the people I get to work with, the workers out on the East End that have the courage to start telling their story. And what was really interesting about this event was there was a thread of building bridges through stories, through her story, through the words of Steve Ballone, through the words of different people. And I'm proud that I get to be part of that process and share the stories of workers and create spaces for workers to share their stories with each other. This was special. Rural Migrant Ministry was founded to stand with farm working and rural working families in 1981. Right now, the reason why we originally came to Long Island was to work on a campaign to bring equal rights to farm workers.
This is a great recognition for centralizing adult and continuing education because we serve a lot of students from the community and people who are coming from other communities, offering ESL classes, citizenship classes, students who need to get a high school diploma, so this is absolutely great recognition for our program. Runs 4 nights a week, Monday to Thursday for students who are 21 and older. And we have 2 different programs. One is the adult education, where we teach students English, ESL. We teach also literacy skills, computer, and for students who need to get their high school diploma or right now task.
You know, it means so much to me because I've been doing welcoming work for quite a long time in the village of Patchogue, and it's something that I love to do because I'm passionate about Patchogue and I want everybody to feel at home in our town. And I've met so many wonderful people, but I really, it's nice to be recognized for work that I do just because it's important to me. Okay, well, in the village of Patchogue, the Community Development Agency is very much the human services agency within the village. So we have a full-time individual that speaks Spanish. We also provide Section 8 and we handle federal funds, but more than that, any issues that come in, anyone that has a concern, whether it's related to feeling that they may have been discriminated against, if they want to open a business,